Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on where you are today, and welcome to the February edition of our Data Platform and Advanced Analytics Community Call. I'm really excited to have you all on the call today, and thanks once again for taking the time to join us this month. We have a really exciting agenda planned today. I'm going to quickly start off with some partner training updates, and then I'll hand it over to our partner marketing manager, Leslie Kuo, who's going to walk us through partner practice playbooks and some other resources that can really help all of you build your data platform and advanced analytics practices. And then we also have Marla from our engineering team, and she's going to walk us through some advanced analytics partner learning resources. So we have a really packed agenda and a really good call today. So thanks once again for joining us. And for those that do not know me or joining the call for the first time, my name is Sri Ganapati. I'm the lead in the Data Platform Partner Enablement team. And, you can contact me via my email address, which, I'll share in a minute here, and also through other forums. So let's go ahead and get started. Some housekeeping items before we get the call started. This call will be recorded, and the recording will be posted. So if any of you have issues about, being on a recorded call, this is the time for you to drop out. If not, we're going to be recording this call, and then we will be sharing the recording later on. We'll also share the deck and all the details that we are presenting today in the Yammer group. Talking about the Yammer group, there are different ways for partners to get engaged with us. We have different communities, first of all. As you can see on the slide, Data Platform and Advanced Analytics is one of many communities we have. So if you are a partner that's interested in some of these other technical areas like app dev, Microsoft Dynamics 365, etc., the links for each of the different ways of engaging with those communities are on this slide. Once again, I'll share the slide with you so you'll have this information. And for the Data Platform and Advanced Analytics piece, we have 4 different ways for you to engage with us on. One of the ways is obviously through this community call, which you are already on, so thank you again. And if you have coworkers that want to join us, please, feel free to socialize this with them. We also have a Yammer group, like I mentioned, and the link to that Yammer group is also on the slide. And that's another great way for you to engage with us, ask questions, and, it's pretty active where we have different partners and Microsoft people that are on the group that can help you address any questions that you may have. We also have a monthly blog series, and the link to that is also on the slide. And the blog, typically we talk about topics that are of interest to partners, either around building your practice or a technical area. And we have various members of my team that contribute to those blogs, and that's another great resource for you to get engaged with us on. And then we also have a training and enablement blog, which is a little more detailed and focuses on deeper topics, very specific technical areas, and also some training information, and you see the link there. So a lot of different ways for you to get engaged, whether you're a technical community or a business community. We have different ways for partners to get engaged with us, and I encourage you strongly to be part of these communities. I want to make a couple of announcements before I turn the presentation to the guest speakers here today. The first one, and I think some of you are already aware of this, we have a series of on-site trainings that we are doing for partners in the upcoming weeks. You see all those information, the locations and the dates on the slide. And again, I'll share this with you, or if you need more information, feel free to post a message on our Yammer group. The idea is to help partners build their practices. So these are called Partner Practice Enablement Bootcamps. And these are technical trainings focused on SQL Server 2016, Advanced Analytics, and IoT. And so these are 2 or 3 day trainings that we're offering free of charge to partners. The one caveat here is that, this is based on, invitation only, and I'm sharing this because we still have a lot of seats left in some of the locations, but some of them are already sold out. So if you're interested in any of that, just please email me, and then we'll see if we can get you in. The other training that we also have coming up actually next week, and I have shared this with you previously in the previous calls, so hopefully this is not too short a notice for you, but if there are any last-minute attendees that want to attend this, we also have a boot camp targeted at Oracle migration. So the idea is that if you're a partner that is interested in building a practice focused on helping us move platforms and databases from Oracle, then this is a 4-day boot camp that's going to go into detail on how, as a partner, you can help do that. Day 1 is very business focused. That's focused on pre-sales and, for some of your practice leads to identify the opportunity around Oracle migrations, why this is a great area for you to be building a practice around. And then days 2, 3, and 4 are a very technical training that's focused on tools that we have to help you move these workloads off of Oracle. So again, a great training resource, completely free of charge. This is usually about a $5,000 registration fee normally, but we're offering this free to our partners. So definitely encourage you to take advantage of this. This is going to be in the Chicago area, so in Downers Grove. So if you're close to that area, or if you can travel to that location, this is another great training for you to take advantage of. And the previous boot camps that I talked about are in different locations. They're in 6 different locations, and the dates are posted as well. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually turn the presentation over to our first guest speaker for the day, Leslie Kuo. Leslie is part of our partner marketing team, and she focuses on advanced analytics and data platform. And she's actually one of the sponsors for a number of these trainings that we are offering to partners today. So I'm very excited to welcome Leslie to the call and have her walk us through some of the resources that she has to share with us. So with that, Leslie, the floor is yours.
Great. Thanks, Sri. Hi, everybody. So as Sri mentioned, I'm on the Cloud and Enterprise Partner Marketing team, so leading the advanced analytics and IoT workloads specifically. And we've got a lot of great resources. So what I wanted to do today was just give you 3 links, 3 quick links here for some really great resources that kind of pull together everything we have across the Microsoft.com universe. And then do a quick demo to walk you through some of the offerings here. So these are the links that I'm going to walk you through. The first is the partner newsletter. We send this out monthly. Currently we have about 2,000 subscribers, and this is the form for you to sign up. The second is the partner portal. We just launched this a few months ago, and this is really focused on practice pillars. So advanced analytics, IoT, Sri also mentioned cloud application development. We have all of those resources there. And then lastly is the partner playbook. So we just launched a series of playbooks. This one I'll be showing to you today is the data platform playbook. It's quite extensive, so I've included the link here in case you want to browse it yourself, but I will also walk you through some of the key points here. So first, for the partner newsletter, in case you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. This goes out monthly, and this particular newsletter, my colleagues and I cover data platform and analytics. So this will cover business analytics, which is advanced analytics and business intelligence. It also covers IoT and then data platform modernization. So Sri was asking me to cover some of these topics, and here you'll see that the playbook is mentioned prominently because we just released it. But this is a sampling of what you'll get every month if you sign up for the newsletter, and I'll show you how to do that in just a bit. So this past month's announcement, we released the Data Platform and Analytics newsletter. We've also got an upcoming Advanced Analytics MOOC course that's going to take place in March. I think the last we checked, we already had 700 partner enrollees for this. So if you are new to the Advanced Analytics space, this would be a really, really great course for you to take. Our product marketing team and our engineers will be teaching this webinar. So this is a month-long webinar with a time commitment of 1 to 2 hours per week. There's also new analytics certifications available, so we highlight which ones they are. There's one around big data with Microsoft R that is in beta mode right now, and there's also data science and machine learning. So there's 3 new analytics certifications available, and the newsletter will hyperlink directly to that. We also cover in the newsletter partner webinars, so specifically around, for example, selling Power BI solutions with Microsoft. These are upcoming webinars, and if you miss them, you can always watch them on demand. So again, this is a sampling of what we offer every month. If you haven't already signed up for these newsletters, I'll show you how to do that right now. Lastly, this month we added a customer success story section. So what we've been doing is we've been really highlighting and emphasizing customer success stories that are achieved through our partners. So one of them that just came out this last month was U.S. Medical IT and how they're tracking elephant movements at Dallas Zoo. So they're using ankle fitness trackers and Power BI and machine learning to essentially track the movement of the elephants at the zoo. So that's really cool. All right, so how do you sign up for this newsletter? So a couple quick links that I just showed you, aka.ms/CE partner form. Right, so this hyperlink right here, if you put it into your browser window, it will take you to this newsletter sign up right here. Now you need your MPN ID to log in, and once you do, it takes you to this pre-populated form. So it's already filled out my name, my email address, and then all I do is I go down and I click the areas of interest. So the one you just saw was the Data Platform and Analytics newsletter, so I just click whatever I'm interested in there. But as you can see, we have 3 other newsletters on offer. And then you just remember to click subscribe down here, your email address, and then continue, and you'll get that newsletter. The other thing I wanted to point you to is the new partner portal. So I shared that right here. It's aka.ms/CE partner. So we're really trying to simplify the hyperlinks here. Now this is a new portal that we launched really by practice specialization. You can see some of our partner success stories that are hosted here. And you can see that we cover all these different pillars in cloud and enterprise. So I'm going to click on the business analytics page to just give you a tour of what's kind of available here. And here again, you would sign in with your MPN ID. So getting started, here we give kind of the overall market landscape and the value prop. We also include some WPC videos. And then how to get started with our programs, including some of our cloud product roadmaps, including how to get a data analytics competency. So this is kind of just a broad overview of how to get started with partnering with Microsoft. Next is our training page. So this training page is full of training content that's been vetted by our product marketing and our advanced analytics engineering teams. And what we've done here is we've really tried to organize them by training essentials, right? Here's what you need to get a competency. Here's what you need to get listed on our website. And then we've tried to go into various specialties. So data science, Power BI, you can see we have big data and data warehousing, and then increasingly getting into the solution categories. So how do you build and sell solutions, including solution templates and frameworks, and then ultimately practice building. How do you build out your practice? In the sales and marketing section, what we've done is we've curated all of our customer-facing decks. So these are customer pitch decks that you can actually take to a customer presentation. It is branded with our Microsoft logos, and you can actually present this to customers. So you can position Power BI with customers. You can position Cortana Intelligence with customers. And we've made all of that available here. And then lastly, we have some other tabs, incentives and offers. So we get a lot of questions around, hey, what are the current incentives this year? We have specific incentives to analytics and IoT deployments this year that we've included. And then how to get showcased. So we get a lot of questions around how to get showcased in the Power BI showcase or the Advanced Analytics showcase, for example. How do I nominate my customer success story? So we've included all of those quick links right here. So as per the earlier newsletter, I just wanted to show you how to access some of the things that were mentioned there. For example, we have Power BI community webinars, right? So if I click on that, you can actually register for that. And we've got past webinars as well as upcoming webinars uploaded here on a regular basis. One thing that we recently uploaded was around how to sell certain advanced analytics solutions. So our 3 hero scenarios this year include demand forecasting, predictive maintenance, and personalization. And if I click on this demand forecasting solution, what I'll get is the actual deck that we've created with feedback from our field, so from our Microsoft sellers, on how they go and sell demand forecasting and personalization solutions. And this includes how we target customers, what the buyer's journey looks like, what the sales cycle looks like, as well as some of the common pitfalls, which we call tiger traps. So this is all available and uploaded now to the website. And again, this was created for the field with feedback from the field. And what we've done is we're now making that available for our partners. One particular area I wanted to bring your attention to here is that when we talk about demand forecasting or personalization, we actually get pretty deep into the use cases by industry. This is a shift in focus for Microsoft to talk about solutions by industry and then also dig deep into the specific use cases. What we've done here is then we've included our customer success stories that are public that we can use to talk about the challenge, the approach, and the benefits. And you can use this in your customer conversations as well. Okay, so these are some of my favorite decks right here. What I wanted to do now is walk you through the partner playbook. This is the Data Platform and Analytics Partner Playbook available at aka.ms/Data Platform Playbook. And this was just released. So I want to walk you through it. It's quite extensive. As you can see, it's 186 pages long. But what I wanted to do today was just sort of highlight some of the key sections here. And as you can see, we actually created this playbook with the help of some of our partners. So Artist Consulting, for example, Empired, Slalom. I think I saw a few of you folks on the phone already. But these were actually, this content was created with the help of our partners, right? So giving us feedback into how do you create a data platform and analytics practice. So as you can see from the table of contents, it's quite extensive. I wanted to jump straight to page 24. And this is really understanding the business analytics opportunity, right? So here we've included some Gartner data showing that we're in the final years of a multi-year shift, really from an IT-led system of record to a business-led self-service analytics marketplace. So this is the high-level market landscape data. What we've included right here for you as well, and I'll zoom in a little bit, is Microsoft's key focus areas. So you can see that we've taken a little bit of a vertical approach. We've created hero solution areas, and this is what we presented at the Worldwide Partner Conference last year as key areas that Microsoft will really be focusing and doubling down on. So you heard me just talk about personalization, demand forecasting, and predictive maintenance. This is where a lot of our content will be created. This is where our product marketing teams are focused. This is where, for example, we're going to be creating solution templates to reduce your time to market, and those are coming out this spring. So I just wanted to give you kind of a high-level view of where we at Microsoft are focusing. Then for the 3 hero scenarios, demand forecasting, personalization, and predictive maintenance, we give you a little bit of an idea of what this means. So demand forecasting, really about optimizing inventory and resources. Personalization, about individualized experiences and promotions. And then predictive maintenance. So this is about detecting quality issues, for example. Okay, so then I wanted to jump to page 34. And this is where you can see, this sums up kind of the playbook and the purpose, really breaking this down into 5 chapters for you. So how do you define your strategy? How do you then operationalize and get trained? So hire and or train up your employees, go to market, close and execute deals, and then optimize and grow your practice. So this is kind of how I would use the playbook. Define your strategy. I think this part is pretty important because this really goes into defining your solution offerings, your target audiences, etc. Now, I've received a lot of questions about managed services, and so I wanted to point you to page 47 here, where we have an entire section on managed services, why they're important, why they're growing in popularity, and what you really get out of them. So we have, I know, a couple of managed service providers on the phone, but really we say, managed services really actually help you yield higher margins. They help you deepen your customer relationship. So a lot of managed services are around really creating recurring revenue, sometimes on a monthly basis. And if you're not familiar yet with our CSP licensing program, our Cloud Solution Provider Licensing Program really helps enable you to offer managed services. So what I thought was interesting here was that we actually surveyed almost 500 partners. This is in the Cloud App Dev practice, and we asked them, what are your top 3 managed services? And we actually have that data here, so you can see application lifecycle management and support is the top managed service that's offered. So you can see what your peers are also doing in this area. Another area that we get a lot of questions around is how do you join the Microsoft Partner Network? So how do you log into the web portal? Well, you need your MPN ID. Well, how do I do that? So here's how you join the Microsoft Partner Network. There's a bunch of quick links. It's actually quite easy. Here also you can see, here's how you join the CSP program that I just referred to, Cloud Solution Provider, that enables you to offer managed services. And then on the second page here, you can see all the competencies. So we really encourage our partners to get a gold or silver data analytics competency, to get data platform competency, cloud platform competency. There are a lot of benefits associated with getting these competencies in the Microsoft universe, including Azure rebates. So I believe the cloud platform competency will give you a 15% Azure rebate. Okay, now the next thing I wanted to do was jump to 87 in terms of hiring. So should you hire or train up your resources? What we've done here is we've listed out all the different types of roles that are really important to data platform and analytics practice, including sales managers, marketing managers, technical resources, so cloud solution architects and data architects. What I thought was really interesting here is the data scientist role, right? We get so many questions around, well, what is a data scientist? And we've all heard about the LinkedIn data scientist, where it's somebody just sort of lists themselves as a data scientist, even though they don't have the qualifications. So what we've done here is we've actually listed out some of the job descriptions that we think would fit these roles. And I'm going to go right down to data scientist because I know there's a lot of curiosity around this. These are the actual job descriptions that we've seen, right, for hiring. So when you are looking for a data scientist, we're looking for the technical skills, right, and all the things that we list here, all the keywords, but we're also looking for non-technical skills. I actually think this part, from what I've heard from partners, is a really key piece to hiring a data scientist. So having consultative experience, problem solving, risk management. I would also add a little bit of that business knowledge, that business background in a specific vertical. And then we get to the technologies here, some of the programming languages, and some of the certifications that you might look for when you hire a data scientist, just to ensure that they are appropriately qualified. So I thought this was really interesting. This, again, is from our own partners' feedback and some of the job qualities that they look for when they're hiring. Okay. Next, I wanted to show you how to get a digital partner of record. So DPOR, you've probably heard this acronym. Digital Partner of Record is quite important to, again, some of the incentives that we do offer. And it's sometimes hard to find out how to get DPOR on a project, but this actually takes you to the Digital Partner of Record site. So DPOR, for those of you who are not familiar, means that you've gotten a customer project and you want to get credit for it. So how do you get attached by a customer? And this slide basically lays it all out for you. So how to get attached to essentially a project. And this is important because some of the incentives that you saw earlier will depend on you to get an MPN Gold or Silver competency and also show that you have Digital Partner of Record. And in fact, some of the Gold and Silver competencies do depend on you to have Digital Partner of Record. So again, here, just another important facet. So the last thing I wanted to show you in this before handing it back was the customer decision framework. And this is really in our go-to-market section. It's also in some of the earlier decks I showed you about how our field sells. You'll hear a lot about the C-suite. You'll hear a lot about LOB, or line of business decision makers, and then ITDMs, which is what we call IT decision makers. And so here's really how we segment our audiences, right? And we talk about the C-suite as really having the funding, making the funding decisions, right, and influenced by the line of business decision makers that may work in the sales, marketing, or operations department, or also the ITDMs. And you'll see in each of the hero scenario decks that we laid out before, predictive maintenance, demand forecasting, that these guys all play a different role in terms of lead influencer and backup influencer. So I wanted to kind of show you just how we at Microsoft are thinking about this. In the early stages, for example, the data scientist and line of business decision maker really having a little bit more sway here, and then the IT decision maker coming in and the data architect coming in the evaluation stage. And then again, the line of business decision maker really swaying that buying decision here. So we've really started to map out what the customer buying journey looks like for our solutions. And I wanted to just show you how it's laid out here. So again, it's a lot to digest. I'm going to leave you with this slide again. These are the 3 key links. Again, if you sign up for the newsletter, it's a great start. You join our community. Check out the partner portal. Really, we know that we have a lot of resources across Microsoft.com, and this is really meant to be kind of your one-stop destination so that you can link out to a lot of the really useful assets and resources around the Microsoft.com universe. And then for those of you who are new to building a practice or want to go deeper in a practice, that's what the Partner Playbook is all about. So it's really meant to serve sort of all different levels of partners and maturity. So with that, Sri, I think I'll hand it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leslie. And that was great information. I actually saw a lot of questions with comments saying that, they're really interested in getting access to this content and this deck and the recording. So I know that a lot of partners are already very interested in this. And again, I've posted the Yammer link on the message board so you can look at it. Before I hand it over to our next presenter, I also wanted to put in a poll question. I'm going to actually go ahead and post a poll question right now. We are also thinking about piloting a program where partners can directly talk to our engineering teams, specifically around, maybe technical questions that they have, or for engineering team to post announcements. So it's a great channel. We're thinking about piloting this, but we wanted to first get feedback from the partners on, whether this makes sense for you guys, whether you would be interested in something like this, if this is valuable to you. Again, this is really a first time where an engineering team can directly, work with partners. So this is a great way to, interact with our engineering team. And so I just posted that survey question. And, if you can take a minute right now to answer yes or no, whether this would be of value for you and you would be interested in something like this, we will collect that feedback. And based on the feedback, Leslie actually is leading that effort, and she can go back and see if this is something that we can make happen to our partners. So once again, if you can take a minute to answer that question, and that poll question would be online throughout the call. So if whenever you get a chance to look at the poll question on your window and answer, that'll be great. So while you're doing that, I'm going to hand it over to our next speaker for the day, which is Marla Michael, and she's from our engineering team. And Marla presented last time also for us, and she's here to present some more information on our advanced analytics resources that her team supports for us. So Marla, the floor is yours.
Hi, good afternoon and good morning, everybody. And thank you for having me. And I'm delighted to be back again. And for some of you, I was here last month and presented a little bit of the resources that we have from our Learn Analytics team. And I'm proud to say that several of those links that Leslie was pointing to from the partner portal earlier, and we work very closely with Leslie and her team to make sure that we're coordinated in what we do, because we do appreciate that there's a lot of information out there. So what I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to repeat very, very little of what I did last month in terms of the training team and who we are, and really dive more into the Training Partners program. That's the program that I actually run, let's see. You should be able to see it. So our advanced analytics training team are responsible for really training primarily our internal Microsoft folks and our partners like you. We were created probably, I want to say, a year ago or so. I joined Microsoft in July last year to help scale up this program, specifically with the objective of creating a global network of partners who are also interested in growing their training practices around the globe in the Cortana Intelligence Suite and Microsoft R Server set of products. And the way we do this is really focus on those advanced courses. There are a fair number of introductory materials. Leslie pointed you to a lot of different resources about how to get into the practice, how to sell it. But because we're on the engineering team, we're really focused on, the people that are getting their hands really dirty, rolling up their sleeves, doing the coding, getting into the 300, 400 level kinds of training. And it used to be that we went around the world. We have a very small training team. We went around the world trying to train people, and obviously, as you can imagine, with the explosion of these big data tools, it doesn't work. It doesn't get you very far. So our concept with the Training Partners program is, hey, if we can enable our partners like you, and there are other companies out there that do training for a living, and provide them content, provide them an environment that they can then in turn scale, provide them and some of you are actually on the call, so hello to my training partners, and begin to build the availability of the training in these products and in the solutions, then we can begin to get the kind of scale and capacity that we're actually hoping to have. So the way that we get the word out about this is through another portal. It's linkable from the partner portal that Leslie talked about, but it's also called learnanalytics.microsoft.com. We've put a lot of resources into it in the last couple of months, so it's come a long way if you visited it a while ago. But essentially, it's a place where we're collecting the list of trainings that we have available, and it's not just the trainings that you can take, although there are a lot of those, but it's also the content associated with it, and I'll talk to that in a moment. We have a lot of online training. We know that many, many people want training when they want it on demand, and so we've been working very hard at moving our training from all in classroom based, particularly for some of the earlier courses in a learning path, to online training. So there's a lot of resources available online. Leslie alluded to the availability of 3 certifications. They came online in January, and now people are beginning to take the tests. There are going to be 6 advanced analytics certifications in all. I'll get to that in a minute. But this is, if you view the Learn Analytics site as kind of a precursor to the information being available in our other partner portals. So this is kind of like we use this as a holding ground until it kind of gets ready and the certifications go into their final stages. We'll talk a lot about the partners and events and webinars that we have coming up. So what I'm going to go through in these next couple of slides is, rather than trying to do it in real time, I just took a couple of snapshots of our screens. I showed some of this last time, but like I said, I'm going to dive deeper into the certifications and the training partners pages this time. When you do go to that learnanalytics.microsoft.com, there are essentially 3 different things that you can do. You can find out about our training, you can find out about the certifications, and you can find out about the training partner programs, and that's what I'm going to do with you today. The neat thing about the trainings is that you can filter by modality, by the set of 6 different areas. We ask our Microsoft partners and Microsoft Group, when they put trainings in, to provide as much information so that the different trainings that you're searching for can be filtered, and you can look for instructor-led or self-paced. And you'll see as you kind of play with it, it's a very intuitive site that allows you to do a lot of filtering and registration for these different kinds of trainings. If you click on the certifications, that could have been a little more exciting in the transition there. What you begin to see is that we have different cards here for some of the different certifications coming up. These three: Analyzing Big Data with Microsoft R, Perform Cloud Data Science with Azure Machine Learning, and Perform Data Engineering on Microsoft Azure Insight, are all live right now. We're very excited about that. We're actively working into integrating them into the silver and gold competencies that Leslie referred to earlier, so that will be coming soon. All three exams right now are in their beta mode, but they're going to be, they should be going into their official mode in a couple of months. Anybody that takes a test in beta mode and passes it will get credit for it. The only caveat of the difference between beta and non-beta is that it will just take a little bit longer before they actually hear about their results. So here are the different exams that are coming up with regards to certifications. What you see here is that they're all related to 4 different Microsoft Certified Services Associate paths. One is in data science, one is in big data engineering, another is in cloud and database development, and another in BI reporting. And as you can see, the 773, 774, and 775s exams that are all live right now feed into these different, what we like to call MCSA paths. There's also an affiliated MCSE, which is a Microsoft Certified Services Expert, which comprises of passing an MCSA and then taking one more exam, and you become an expert. But needless to say, all of this information is available on both the Learn Analytics site, the partner portal, as well as the Microsoft Learning exam as possible. What I also want to say, and I'm sorry for advancing on that, but what I do want to say about the certification, on those different cards on our Learn Analytics portal, there are also community guides for preparing for the exams. So the concept is that if you take many of these different courses that I'm going to be talking about in a moment, what will happen is that you and your staff will become prepared and able to take the certification exams. We've put together community guides that will walk you through, not item, but category by category, what's going to be on the exam, so you and your staff can actually prepare to take the certification exams. Okay, what I'd like to do now is just kind of shift gears to talk a little bit about our Training Partners program. As I mentioned earlier, our Training Partners program is really an opportunity for our partners to grow their training practices. We've put a lot of infrastructure in place to allow this to happen. We use this Learn Analytics portal as the entry in and for data collection, but also to announce different kinds of deliveries that are coming up. When you come to the Training Partners program, there are essentially 3 things that you need to know here. One is you can learn more. There are some frequently asked questions. You can get information about joining our program, and you can connect to other partners. When you want more information, it brings you to a set of frequently asked questions, and they're very self-explanatory. I'm obviously not going to go through them right now, but the idea is that as I've talked to many of you and your other partner companies around the world, there's a lot of questions about how Microsoft does things. How does this particular training partner link to our other kinds of programs that we have for partners? I think the best way to explain the Training Partner program right now is to think of it as a catalyst. We are very much engaged in enabling you, the partners, with the content and the training necessary for you to grow your practices. We recognize that many of you are consulting companies and you want to work with that and you need to train your staff, but we're also interested when we have end customers, we want to be able to refer our end customers to you for training, and then hopefully you can actually build that into more business. One of the ways that we do that is by actually giving you access to the training materials that our trainers on the engineering team have created. And within this set of frequently asked questions, there's a link about how you actually get access to the course materials. And we are currently maintaining a GitHub for that. The nice thing about a GitHub is that it also is a mechanism for you when you're out in the field to provide us back feedback on the actual content. And our trainers are actually very amenable to getting input in how they can make the training content better and listening and whatnot. And we encourage you also to take the classes, and I'll talk to that in a second, so that you can actually meet the trainers directly as well. So you're saying, I'm interested, and like I said, we have half a dozen companies that are on this call that already are training partners, but you want to become a training partner. There's a button that you can fill out, a form, and you'll get to, I'll talk with you and I'll explain the program in a little bit more depth, and we can make sure that it's a right fit for you, and then you can become a training partner. It's not complicated at all. Our intent is we hope that all of our training partners are part of the Microsoft Partner Network. As Leslie alluded to, there are a lot of benefits for companies to be part of the Microsoft Partner Network, and we'll be working towards getting everybody into the right piece of the Microsoft Partner Program that makes sense for them. Here's a snapshot of some of the partners that we have, and those of you on the call can find yourselves. This list is growing on a weekly basis, and it doesn't actually represent all of the companies that have actually expressed interest. I try to be a little bit selective in terms of the kinds of companies that we're including. And again, our goal is these companies that are listed here are interested in growing their training practices, and their training practices may be a way for them to get more consulting business and to start using Microsoft products for the end customers. So sometimes it's a fine line. There are some partners here that are only in the business of training, and I know that that doesn't pertain to many of you, but as many of you know, training can be a very effective way to get end customers to adopt your products and our products and solutions. So how do they actually find? When people come to the learnanalytics.microsoft.com portal, one of the things that we've tried to do is make it easy to find a training partner that is offering training in a particular area and on a particular topic. So when they come to the site and they select Connect to a Training Partner, there's a real-time search that goes by both geolocation as well as technology, and they can match it, and you can pick one or more. And then they can pick that. Some of the other benefits that come to the training partners is that they can actually, once they're a training partner, you all can add and edit your deliveries. This is a big piece. So part of what I want to impress upon you is that we're encouraging our training partners to add deliveries to the portal that people can find them. You might say, why is this relevant? Or you might say, my company doesn't do trainings, public trainings. We do just one-on-one trainings with customers. You can do that as well, and I'll show you in a second how you actually enter in different deliveries. If you do add and edit, it's 3 basic steps. It's a very intuitive site. Basically, you enter in information about the course from basics to the image and everything that you can see, quite obvious. On the delivery tab, you can give specific dates for a course. If you have a public training that you're going to be doing, that it's kind of you and many end customers. But if you're going to be doing an on-demand delivery, something that's not scheduled, you can just leave the dates out and it becomes an on-demand delivery, and you can put your website or a registration page or a mail to URL, and you can get contacted by people so that you can know that. The other piece is that as a training partner, when you're entering in, you'll be able to save your delivery. You will not be able to publish it initially. It does have to go through a very quick review to make sure that it meets the qualification. It needs to be a training that's devoted to advanced analytics, and as you can imagine, it needs to feature in some way a Microsoft the Microsoft Advanced Analytics products and solutions. When you actually publish your trainings, it shows up on that very first page that I was showing you earlier with regards to being able to cite all of the different upcoming trainings. It's sorted by date, and it begins to show what's happening. And again, the people that come to the site can sort by a particular technology, they can sort by a region, they can sort by a training partner. There is an end to the ways that they can sort it, but we hope that we've anticipated the different ways that people can actually do that. As a partner, I just wanted to give you a little snapshot. That previous page kind of showed you all of the upcoming trainings by both our training partners and Microsoft. As a partner and training partner, you're eligible to take any of our advanced analytics trainings that we have coming up. We schedule them around the world, North America, Europe, Middle East, Asia Pacific, and that Learn Analytics page shows you all those different trainings. The ones that are taught by Microsoft are part of our Learn Analytics series. We have a very popular Cortana Intelligence Suite Foundations. We attach an extra day and go over R for Architects. We focus on SQL DW. Bot Framework is very popular right now. We do deep dives. So again, I just wanted to kind of give you a snapshot for what this is. We do include this information in the partner newsletter that Leslie and her team put out. I also have occasional mailings directly to the learning partners. In summary, and then I'd be happy to answer any of your questions, we want to impress upon you that partners, we're making trainings available to you, the certifications available to you. We very much want our partners to become part of the training partner network, again, to grow your training partners. We want to work with you to envision with us, create new solutions for our end customers, and empower with us so that you can learn, you can get your folks trained and train the world up in advanced analytics. So that's all I have to say, and hopefully some of your questions I can answer.
Thank you so much, Marla. As you can see, we have a ton of resources. Leslie is from our partner marketing team, and Marla is from our engineering team and owns the training programs, and I'm from our technical partner enablement team. And so we have various teams at Microsoft that are dedicated for partner practice building and in general resources to help you. So again, our Yammer group is one way for you to reach out to us. If you have any specific questions or if you have other resources that you're not seeing here, please let us know and we'll take your feedback and we'll accommodate in one of the future community calls. If you have any questions for Marla, Leslie, for myself, please feel free to again use the messages window on the Event Builder platform, and we'll reply. If not, I know we ended a little early today, hopefully 10 minutes back in your day, and thank you once again for taking the time to be on the call today. Thanks to our guest speakers, Marla and Leslie, and we'll have the call in March coming up here in a month, and I'll send you invites and updated agenda as we get nearer to that call. Please encourage all your coworkers or anybody else that may be interested in this call to attend also. So once again, I'm going to pause for a few minutes for any questions, but if not, feel free to drop off. And if you haven't answered the poll question of the day, please go ahead and do so. Once again, thank you all. I'm going to read a couple of the questions, and I think they're all related to links, and they're all related to, access to this content, etc. Once again, access to this content would be on the Yammer site, and I posted an announcement on that. As far as links to the certification, Marla, I'm just going to ask them to go to the Learn Analytics portal. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that would be a great way right now. We're a little bit of ahead of the curve from the Microsoft Learning Organization getting all of the certification learning paths together. What I would recommend is if you go to the learnanalytics.microsoft.com and click on that certification link and look at the cards. We're in the process, we have ready, we call them community guides because they're really not official learning paths for the certification exams. So look at the community guides. The one for Microsoft R Server is complete. The one for Azure Machine Learning is complete. And we're going to be posting the one for HD Insight probably within the week. The person that was working on it just had some final touches to do to it. And again, these community guides basically correspond to what's going to be on the exam, and they provide links to which course to take or where to get the information to prepare for the certification exam.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. All right, I don't see any other questions, and so once again, thank you for joining the call. We'll hopefully see you in the next call. Thank you so much. Goodbye.